in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. You like the fast life, you like to drive, get done.
Alright you guys, it is finally time to reveal my 2024 vision board and word of the year. I am so excited for this video. These are my favorite to watch and my favorite to make and my favorite to just live out. I'm so excited. So let's just jump in. I really quickly, really quickly wanted to review my 2023 vision board. I might try and time myself. I don't want to dwell too much in 2023, but I do think it is an important thing to cover really quickly. 2 minutes. One of the first goals in 2023 was to save money, buy a house, move across the country, and we did that. It was a huge move. Like when I say it, to think that all of those things happened in the same year is just crazy to me. Another goal I had was creating content. I wanted to really focus on vlogging, making YouTube videos, making content, whatever that looks like. And I did that. I am really proud of the vlogs and the things that I made. I wanted to sew things, and it's funny to think of when I made that goal, I hadn't sewed a single thing. I hadn't even opened up my sewing machine. And one of my specific goals was to sew some things that I would wear. And I'm actually wearing a shirt that I sewed. I've also been sewing banners and baby clothes, baby hats. It's just crazy the amount of things that I've sewn this year, from starting with not even, using a sewing machine to now I've sewn countless number of things. These two kind of go hand in hand. One is long healthy hair, which I've probably brought up way too much, but I was tracking my hair growth, and from when I started tracking it in March to today, or to the end of the year, my hair grew 2 inches, which is kind of a big deal for me. My hair grows really slow, and so I definitely didn't reach my goal, but I had a couple trims in there and just trial and error with figuring out how to grow my hair. But I do feel like it's just gotten so much more longer, healthier, stronger, shinier, less frizzy. Eventually I'm going to share my hair routine, especially dealing with hair oiling, so stay tuned for that. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. Stronger, healthy body. I wanted to just exercise to be stronger, to be healthier, and then fuel my body for those workouts, exercise, running. I really did that. I got consistent with running. I've been going to the gym with AJ, and it hasn't been focused on weight loss or a certain aesthetic. It really is to be the best version of me, which was another thing I wanted to do in 2023. That was when I was in my woman at 27 season, and I was trying to wear more dresses to step into my feminine side. I not only wore more dresses, I think that kind of turned into finding my color season and just wearing clothes that feel good to me and that I feel most beautiful in, which sometimes can be a dress and sometimes it's a certain shirt or a print. Mainly things that were in my color season honestly helped me feel most like a woman. And the next 2 are fun. They were to go on more dates with AJ, which I would say that was the one that we probably failed the most on. I think we kind of made it a last-ditch effort towards the end of the year to try and do this. I think working from home makes it hard. All the changes that we went through made it hard. And then also saving money made it hard. It's hard to find free things to do that are dates that aren't just what we normally do anyways. And then the next one is also just fun. It was drink and have fun. I wanted to have my drinking kind of center around celebrations, gatherings, fun times with friends. So I feel like I drank less alcohol, but I drank it more purposely this year. So lots of fun champagne, get-togethers, fun drinks with the girls, margs when you go out with someone. So it was just a really fun year of a lot of fun drinks. My word for last year was stand. Throughout the year, found where my foundation was, whether it be who am I as a woman? Who am I in the Lord? Who am I as a wife? And who am I to AJ? I felt like I had to constantly, with all the change going on, go back to that foundation and stand really firm on that. And so now I feel like I just have such a more sturdy, wider foundation where I know who I am and where I stand and who I am to God. It made for a really great 2023. Okay, and without further ado, here is my vision board for 2024. I love this vision board so much. There's something about it to me that just, it's exactly how I want my 2024 to look. So I really pray and hope that I can accomplish these things. So yeah, let's get into well actually, okay, maybe I'll just tell you what my word is, but my word for the year is change. I know this is probably the most boring word that you could pick. So we'll go into my word a little bit later, but just keep in mind the word change as you look at the vision board and hear what my goals are. The first goal that I have is making our house a home. We've already started this, so I feel really confident that, you know, this year will be a good year for that. We've been building a wall, basically with the goal of making our house a home. I want it to be personalized to us. I want to hang things on the wall, like kind of get bolder with adding my own personal style, and finally just like, I don't know, I almost want to like make permanent changes. I want to like not feel like we're in an apartment and really make this house our own. We're also thinking about getting paints done, especially in this main area. If you can't already tell, I've been swatching white paint everywhere. I'm excited to get more of our pictures hung up, art on the walls, color. I want it to look and feel like us and feel more like cozy. The next one, which you probably maybe notice on there, is preparing for our family to grow. Obviously, AJ and I can't wait to start a family, but there's a lot of things that we've been already doing and need to continue to do to make that, you know, more of a smoother transition. Obviously, a lot of saving money, prepping the house. I want us to take care of ourselves, both AJ and I, taking care of our bodies and our minds and our relationship. And I also just want to love on Perry, our niece, and just be around our family. Like, as we're preparing for our family to grow, I want to take notes from the people in our life who do have kids, who have had families, or, you know, started families. So yeah, that honestly is probably like the biggest one for me of change and like a mindset difference that I haven't really had before. I want our marriage to be young in love. I want it to be spontaneous, reckless. I want AJ and I to be even more in love than ever before. Honestly, anytime in marriage you could say that, because each year honestly does get better and better. But I really want it to look like these photos, a feeling of just like playfulness, laughter, intimacy, touch. Not saying that we don't have those things, because AJ and I, like, well, my love language is physical touch, so there's never a day that we don't go by like without touching each other. I really just want us to like be more intentional about those spontaneous dates, going above and beyond, pouring into each other and loving each other, complimenting each other, you know, doing things for each other. I think we could just do those simple little things a lot better, where it doesn't need to be an expensive dinner date or anything, but just like coming home with something that reminded you of the other person, or doing something for the other person unexpected. And along with that, which is just kind of a fun goal, I want to take pictures of AJ and I. We don't have a lot of couples photos together, and especially since AJ's lost a lot of weight and he feels like a different person, I really want to have updated, like, cute photos to hang around our house. I have this Pinterest board of some pictures that are winter themed, so now that it's snowy and stuff, I really want to try and get out there and get some cute winter photos of AJ and I. This next goal is probably the one that I'm most anxious about, and it's to be a part of Christian community. I want to honestly like be a solid part of a small group, at least a church, and we're kind of starting to get there, but I feel like because we're kind of inconsistent about going, it's been really hard, and we haven't really made those like connections quite yet. Like, we were so close. I want to be able to have, you know, dinner with our Christian friends, make Christian friends, go to church, small group, worship together, serve one another. Like I said, I'm anxious about it because for my whole life, I feel like have had social anxiety. Like, I'm a very socially anxious person. It almost can be crippling. Like, I will avoid, if I could say no to any and all social things, I would. I totally would. And I'm not like exaggerating, like it really is a bad thing. So I want to overcome that and reach out and be a part of Christian community, because I think we will be blessed by people and people will be blessed by us. So this one is really fun. I want to document life. I document a lot of life during, you know, through vlogging and stuff and sort of photos, but I want to actually like scrapbook and document life for the sake of not just a YouTube vlog, but for my life. I think looking at home videos with, you know, over this Christmas with my family just really made me think of how special that is to have and to save those memories. So I'm really excited, like between Polaroids, photos, videos, scrapbooking. I think it's kind of a winter project, but put all these things together in a scrapbook and have them. AJ and I don't even have a wedding book. Like, if you wanted to like look at our wedding, we don't have a scrapbook or a printed off book that we could have you look at. I'm really excited to get into this. I think I'm gonna start doing it, like I said, this winter, so pretty soon. Okay, this one also is a little bit stressful for me, but getting back into writing, I don't exactly know what that will look like because I do journal, and I don't necessarily want to put the pressure on myself to start vlogging again, but I did love that. So just get back into writing, either like you know, 10 minutes a day writing something. Like I miss the feeling of writing and to put my thoughts like not just in a journal, but like in this like finished product, more intentionally than journaling. I want to start doing that. I don't know, it makes me sad because I used to write so much and I used to share my writing. Even if it's something like Instagram captions, I would love to like share some photos, have an intentional caption and share that. I don't know. Speaking of writing, I think this next goal is one way that I want to do that or help do that, and that's writing letters. I love letters. It almost doesn't fit my personality to not be sending people more letters. In 2024, I want to start writing letters to one person a month. So I still need to write to my person for this month yet. But I actually wrote a letter to my sister for Christmas in December. And that's kind of what spurred it on for me. I was like, I think I need to make this a regular thing in my life, to write letters to people that I love, to people that, you know, I haven't connected with in a while, to people that I feel like I need to share something with them. So yeah, one person a month will be getting a letter from me in 2024, as long as I can keep up with it, and I'm really excited about this one. The next two kind of go together, but it's slow living. I'm really excited to start this out in the winter too, because I want to just like soak in life, live slower, and have less screen time. Reading, cooking, baking, making sour bread, resting. I think especially now that I got the hatch, it's made me want to prioritize my bedtime even more. I also thought about maybe getting chickens. I don't actually know if that would happen this year, but going to farmers markets, sewing is a part of that. Like doing these slow, time-consuming things that get you off your screen, like writing letters. Like I just want to go back to the olden days basically in 2024. I really want to focus on being a wife and learn from other wives, like what that means. Because I want to learn how to love AJ better. And there just are so many tips and tricks and things that I've held on to that other women have told me that I'm like, I know that there's more advice. There's more ways that I can be a better wife to AJ. Just understanding our husbands better, loving them better. I think I'm ready this year, especially after turning 28 and like going through the woman at 27. I feel like I know better who I am as a woman, and now I can be a wife. I can actually take this like foundation that I have as a woman and be a more purposeful, intentional, playful helper to AJ, because I want to bring out the best man in him possible. I think the best way I can do that is being a good wife. So like I said, this word, I feel like I don't really know entirely what I want to change, but I just get this feeling that a lot of things will in 2024. There's going to be like a shift, and I already feel like the shift in me to change my like mentality and perspective on things and on life. AJ said when we both turned 28, he was like, yeah, it felt like I finally am an adult now. I think even up till we were 27, we were still running on this college mentality and our early 20s mentality where it's like, I don't know, you're just focused on fun and avoiding adult tasks, and like you're still young and you're figuring it out. I feel like we're more adults. We can do the hard things. I'm ready for that shift. I have a couple verses that go with it. The main one is in Isaiah. It's Isaiah 43:18 through 19. And it says, remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I just feel like God is telling me like, oh, what? Every time I read a Bible verse, I'm crying. I feel like he's saying to me like, Molly, like, don't you see what I'm doing and what I've been doing the whole time? And I feel like I was actually talking to my friend Summer about this, about my word, and she brought up the seasons, and I was like, yeah, that's so true. Like there is change all the time. Just outside our window, especially now that we live in Wisconsin, like the seasons are drastic. Like you see totally different things out your window, but it always comes back again. You know, it goes through these changes and it's beautiful. And when I think about flowers, I'm like they don't bloom all the time. Like they go through this like time in the soil, and this time when they're growing, and this time when they're blooming, and then they're dying. And I just feel like this year in 2024 is the year when a lot of the seeds and the things that AJ and I and me and the Lord that we planted and that we patted in the soil, that there'll be a time in 2024 for these things to bloom. I just feel like there'll be a lot of blooming and changing, and everything happens at a different pace, but I do feel like there'll be some seeds that were planted that will bloom this year. One thing too that I had read about change, I think in Hebrew it means like a death or something dying, and I kind of like that. Like in the Bible, God talks about like leaving your sin nature or your old self is like dead and you've like risen with Christ. As good as 2023 was, I'm ready for that to die and that version of me to die and for me to have new life in this 2024. I want to have a new relationship with God in some ways. Like I want it to be better than before. I want a new relationship with AJ, like a new relationship with community and church, and it just feels like I've been given this new chance. And actually the last thing that I wanted to do, I wanted to kind of compare the vision boards to each other side by side. I feel like you can just feel the difference looking at them. 2023 was a deep, introspective, soiling year. Like there was a lot of seeds planted, a lot of things that were being like sown and practiced and done. 2024 looks like the blossoming of that. Like, isn't that weird? Like it looks like the blooming of what happens in 2023. I just like, all I can think of is how grateful I am honestly to the Lord for everything this year. It has been like, I just feel so blessed. Even something as dumb as like my hair journey, because I like did that in this year, like in 2024, it's just a part of my routine now, it's a part of my life. The best part about it is just knowing that I didn't do this on my own. Like I didn't do this without the Lord. Like I couldn't have done this without the Lord, versus saying, oh wow, look what I did. It's look what God did, and look at the answered prayers. Like all I see is answered prayers. Like when I look at the 2023 vision board, and then in 2024, like I'm just expectant. Like I'm so excited to see these changes. And honestly, like with my word being changed, like this vision board could be nothing at all like how I plan the year to go. Now that you listen to me ramble on about my 2024 vision board and goals, I want to know what yours are, so please comment them below. What are your goals for 2024? What is your word? What's your vision board look like? Do you have a verse for the year? I want to know it all. I love talking about this, and I love seeing what God is doing in each individual heart and year for everyone. Oh, and also be sure to subscribe to the laundry chat. This is where we help each other sort out life's laundry. I post videos every week, so the next week's one is going to be my hair oiling routine. So if you're interested, stay tuned for that so you don't miss it. I love you guys. I hope you guys have the best 2024. I can't wait to see what God does. Love you guys.